Alright, so I had this video idea for a little bit. So, as of now, you guys already know like five towers. Hopefully, you guys know like five towers that either have or used to have strobes and Rolla. Well, we actually do have more than five. And today I'm going to show all of them off and just talk about them for a little bit too. I'm going to try and make this a quick video and whatever. But that probably you know, what am I talking about? This video is not going to be short. That's just how the Big LT works. So let's start off on the left side of Rolla, meaning that the Highway Patrol Tower is the first tower that we're going to be looking at in this video. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I finally have access to changing Street View on mobile. Yay! I got it late for some reason, but everybody else got it. So this here was built all the way back in 2011. Actually, I just realized that the other side of the highway has 2011 Street View. You can see October 2011. This is when it was newly built. This is before it even had all of its antennas. I even wonder if this was even the time when the beacon was actually working. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it was. I believe it was built to replace the older highway patrol tower, but yeah, at least they didn't take down that one. They're actually going to leave it up as a backup tower. But them sands at the beaches decided to they just inevitably just shut off the 300 millimeter. Oh well. So this here has a FG 3000B. It had it ever since it was first built, and it's been working fine for years. So yeah, it's day mode. We all know a strobe day mode. So I don't even know why I include that. So night mode, it has a 20 flash per minute night mode, which is not the FH324 flash per minute night mode, FTS night mode, but FPN, and it's not the crappy FTS 370 night mode either. It's literally its own 20 flash per minute night mode. It never changed. It's always been that night mode. Alright, so malfunctions. Alright, so I already know that this here is not a malfunction because it's supposed to do this when the red part doesn't work. But it's been on backup night mode like in the middle 2010s, I believe. I don't know. It's been such a long time. But there's one morning where just a normal Monday morning, we were dropping my mom off to work before being dropped off at school and stuff, and it was still a little dark, but still pretty bright outside. Yeah, it was still on night mode because it doesn't go into day mode until like later on in the morning, like 8 or 9. I don't know, probably just 8. So this here would have been like somewhere around 7:30 or something. So yeah, it hasn't this is not the time where it would go into day mode. I just randomly saw it. It was on its night mode. It was on its backup night mode. It had the medium burst night mode. I swear it did. It didn't have its quick burst backup night mode that it has now. I don't know. Aiden thinks that night mode doesn't exist, but I'll just have to ask John Way okay about it. Cause I know I seen that. And then other than that, the beacon just didn't work here and there sometimes and stuff, but that wasn't much of a problem. Actually, no, it actually was, since the other tower's beacon is shut off, and since the other tower is dead now. So as of now, the beacon has been malfunctioning. At first, it was just day mode and night mode problems. Its day mode was very, very dim as hell. At first, I thought one or two of the flash tubes inside the day mode part were broken and only one of them was working. And then I was told that it might be a bad capacitor thing. So it might be having capacitor problems. and that's why I assume now because I can see light all around the beacon. If only one flash tube was working, only one there only be one flash of light coming out of one of the sides of the beacon, and that's not what's going on with the beacon. So yeah, it must be bad capacitor. It's night mode. At the at, for, it, the first few days, it's night mode. Kind of worked perfectly, but not perfectly at the same time. It worked, but the markers for some reason they were not working. I should probably be up to date now. Its markers were not working, but the beacon was still in night mode anymore. I did film that thing, and then eventually it just started going into backup night mode, and it's been in backup night mode for quite some time. Ever since the latest the ever since the ending of the latest licking arc. It was like right before school started for me, which was August 23rd. So instead of its older medium burst night mode returning, it's now using the quick flash backup night mode, like quick burst backup night mode. It looks like a dim day mode, that's what it actually has now. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And if you go to John BLK's video channel and search up 3000B backup night mode, you would see that this night mode I'm talking about does exist, a backup night mode. So yeah, it has a very quick burst backup night mode right now, which it would be cool if it would switch over to its other backup night mode so I can record that one too. I am not doing that. I just realized the video was paused, so I think you might have missed it, but my screen it's tapping on its own. You can see, I guess it might be just random crap on my phone. It's registering as me hitting the phone. Okay, so like I was saying, I think it'll be funny if the highway patrol tower. Oh my God, I think it'll be funny if the highway patrol tower got an LED next month, since next month is the month that the second lowest tower got its LED, and that was like a year ago, almost a year ago. That was like last year, so that'll be pretty cool. I mean, pretty funny if it was like around the same time, at like 1 year later. But as of now, it just has a badly malfunctioning. That's not. I did not do that. It just that's I'm not doing that. For right now, it just has a very badly functioning, malfunctioning 3000B, which they are known to malfunction in the summer because Anchor 10 told me that, and usually every summer it's okay. But this summer it's not. I'm telling y'all, it might be the smears on the screen that are making my phone screen go crazy. I don't know what else it will be. All right, next tower is the that one red and white tower that I used to think had an FH308, but now I discovered it has a TWR white only strobe, which I forgot the name of it. TWR loves to name their beacons really long and ridiculous names like LED Beacon 2. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, unlike the Highway Patrol Tower, this tower here is meant to shine white. So this tower here was built in 1980, I think. Pretty sure that's what Antenna Search told me. But Antenna Search is very inaccurate sometimes. So yeah. So I don't know if it was really built in 1980. It might have been built somewhere some other year. So the chances of this thing having used to, the chances of this tower having a 3000B back then, I mean 300 millimeter back then, is very high, though there is there's no leftover markers whatsoever. Not a single sign of leftover markers at all whatsoever. I just get closer to the tower. I can probably find out. Man, where's the driveway to this tower? All right, found it. I get really close to the tower. so I can find some evidence of a 300 of a 300 millimeter. That trust just tells you how old this tower is. This tower has the quick burst night mode. Like it has a 3000 a 308 quick burst night mode, which is a very common it's a very common white night mode for white only beacons and stuff. So of course TWR has that as one of their night modes on for their single strobe. When it comes to malfunctions, this thing, this tower here is the second is the second to best tower when it comes to malfunctions, because this thing the beacon barely malfunctions. It just barely malfunctions. The only time it kind of ever malfunctioned in at all was that one time in 2021 where its beacon for some reason just died on the tower from February to freaking damn July. I don't even know why I use the word freaking. I sound like a little kid now. You freaking frick. So yeah, for some reason its strobe just completely shut off for a few months, and it never activated ever again throughout that period of time. Though I did catch it at reactivating after those few months. I was in driver's ed. I was in a car with some people driving. It was not my turn to drive yet, so I was looking out the window, and we were like at a gas station, very close to this tower. I was looking at it, and all of a sudden, this beacon just popped on. It might have been flashing beforehand, and I just looked at it when it just started flashing. Though this tower's beacon does have long pauses for some reason. I did notice that, and I also made a video about it. Like it has some long pauses here and there, like the first Lowe's tower used to have what it's 308. When it comes to LEDs, if this tower gets an LED here soon, I hope to God it gets a white only LED. I don't care if it's an FTS 370, just any sort of white only LED with the quick burst night mode. That's all I want once this tower gets an LED. It's just a white only LED with that specific night mode. I also forgot to mention, but I want the highway patrol tower to get an HP Horizon LED because it has a 3000B. It's only appropriate if that 3000B got replaced by an HP LED. Though it'll probably just get an FTS 370. I could just see that happening. Hopefully it gets a different night mode from what the second Lowe's tower got, because I want some variety. Alright, so that's really it for this tower. Alright, now time for the first Lowe's tower. This here is the other tower in Rolla that only shines white. Yes, so we only have two towers in Rolla that are meant to shine white 24/7. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Talking about you, Highway Patrol Tower. So this here already got an LED a long time ago. This tower here, out of all the towers in Rolla that have strobes or had strobes, this here is the very first strobe tower in Rolla that got an LED. This here has the oldest LED out of all the towers here with strobes and crap. It's like from 2014, I think. All right, so let's go. I'm going to show you its FH308 real fast. So there, you can kind of see it. There's a better view of it. So that's what it had. Had an FH308. Pretty cool, am I right? So when it comes to day mode, night mode, its day mode was not the same as all the other towers here. For some reason, its FH308, it liked to skip flashes here and there. So sometimes I mean, back then when it used to have its FH308, it will flash like 3 times, and then it'll have a little pause, and then it'll flash like 2 or 3 times after, and then it'll have a little pause again, and then it'll just repeat that over and over and over again. But when it went to night mode, it didn't skip a single flash. So it was only a day mode thing. So I don't know if that's a malfunction or not, but it's I guess it's an honorable mention. So now let's talk about night mode. So this tower, it used to when it used to have its FH08, it had the quick burst night mode. So yeah, it might sound like nothing special, but Aiden told me that the chances of a lattice tower with an FH08 even having that night mode in the first place are very slim for some reason. Like some reason. And then after he said that, I actually didn't notice that. There's only like two towers I know of, I think, that have FH08s, or I mean had FH08s that had the quick burst night mode. So Aiden said that guide towers with FH08s usually have the quick burst night mode, but lattice towers with FH08 usually get the long burst night mode. But this here did not get that for some reason. So in 2014, it got its LED. I'm not too sure why, but my theory is that they replaced it for conveniency, because when the time they replaced it was the time where they removed like the very top antennas, like just these antennas that are at the very top. They removed those, and I guess the tower owner was like, you know what? What about we just What about we just throw an LED on it right now, so we don't have to call tower climbers to climb it again, like a few months or a year later or something. Just get it all done in one climb. Oh God, my phone's doing that again. Crap. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I remember when I first seen its LED, I was actually me and my family were actually heading off to go to Florida, because we went to Florida in 2014, and during that time that was the time where it got its LED. Um, Usually we leave when it's still very dark outside, but it was so late in the morning that it was still pretty bright. It was like 7, I think. So it was pretty bright outside already. The sun was rising very fast, and there's light everywhere. And I told myself, "Wow, it's still in night mode. That's weird. Very late night mode, huh?" And when I came back home, I noticed that it was still in quote unquote night mode. But huh. I had no idea I got an LED then. So for years, I kept on believing that its FH08 was actually stuck in night mode. And then one day I found out that it had an LED. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I was really expecting. So when it comes to LED replacements, I give this a 10 out of 10, or actually a 9 out of 10, because of one thing. Its day mode is so damn dim. Like it's so dim. Why is it so dim? Just, I wish they fixed the dim problem, because I would love to see how I would love for it to be as bright as the second lowest tower's LED. Oh, oh, I also forgot to mention that apparently this tower was built in 1990 or some other year. I forgot. I have no idea what beacon it had back then, but I assume it also had a strobe back then. Unless it used to be red and white and had a 300 millimeter, but I don't believe that. I just doubt that, really. There's no evidence of it being red and white back then, and all that crap. So this is like 30 over 30 years. Over 30 years old. All right, back to the LED. So I give it 9 out of 10 because the LED's day mode is very dim. It could be brighter, but its night mode is perfect, really. Um, its night mode is the exact same as its old night mode, so they changed nothing with its night mode, and that's what I like about its replacement is they changed nothing. Hopefully they don't take down the tower soon because I did hear a long time ago that cell towers once cell towers reach 30 years old they must be taken down and replaced. Even though towers just like cell towers can I mean even though cell towers can last so much longer, and even if you pull up the old technology here and there, if you pull up that argument, just equip it with new technology. Put some 5G antennas on the sand of a. All right, so that's enough for this tower. All right, so we got the second lowest tower, which is currently the last tower out of all the towers here with strobes to get an LED. Yes, guys, this here is still my second favorite tower. I know. This here is still my third favorite tower. I don't care. I just wanted to put that out there. Alright, so I think the story of the second lowest tower's beacon setup is known coast to coast like butter and toast nowadays. Like, it must be. It must be. So, back then, it was like, I'm pretty sure it was built in 1999 or maybe a year or two after. I have no idea. I like to assume that it used to have an FH306 back then, and then it got its FH324. So yeah, this tower used to have an FH3 used to have an FH324. The people who watch my videos, which is yeah, the people who are even subscribed to my channel should already know this by now. So when it comes to malfunctions, the beacon it used to just shut off here and there sometimes. It just would shut off and just not work whatsoever. Sometimes the day mode strobe would not work and the night mode strobe will work perfectly. So yeah, sometimes here and there, like I mean, yeah, there was one time like 2 or 3 days, um, for 2 or 3 days, the 324 was acting like an FH307 because the red half of the beacon was the only part of the beacon that was working. The white part was just completely dead. When I first seen it, I was like, "Ah, oh, damn it! It's not that the beacon's not working today." And then that same day, I saw it at night or at sunset or whatever, and I noticed that its beacon was on night mode. I was like, "Hey! Hold the up! Why was it not working in day mode, but it's working in night mode perfectly?" So yeah, we got that. And then more recently in 2020 through I don't really know, like early 2021, like January 2021, its markers just completely stopped working for a little bit. Nice shot of the first Lowe's Towers 308. Just throwing that in. See how much cooler it looked with that top antenna? Like, why the hell was that removed? So yeah, the markers just stopped working for some reason. I don't know why, but they just stopped working. Eventually, they did start working again, and then there was a few nights where they stopped working again. But now that then they started working again, and now they obviously work now because they've been replaced. I mean, they don't work anymore since they've been replaced with LED markers at work, and they have not shut off yet. Here's another one. Um, on its last few days of it even having a strobe in the first place, it's been stuck in night mode. I meant to say it's been stuck in day mode. I have a video of it. You have to go back to September 2021. Actually, no, just search up on my channel. Just search up second lowest tower stuck in day mode, and you'll probably find it. It's like I filmed clips of it here and there since 11 or 10. I don't know. So yeah, it was stuck in day mode, and then eventually it got an LED. So it got an FTS 370 dual. So it shines white and red, has no flashing sign markers. and it has the crappy 20 flash per minute night mode that the FTS 370 is well known for. I give this beacon setup. I mean, I give this LED beacon replacement a 3 out of 5, a 3 out of 10. The reason why is obvious enough. I don't like the night mode. I wish it got the 30 flash per minute night mode. That would have been better. And if it was possible, I think it would be better if it got the good 20 flash per minute night mode that it always had with its FH324. I'm glad it has stationary sign markers. When I was driving up to it at to film it at night when it on the first day of it having an LED, I mean I really thought it was going to have flashing sign markers, but I kept on saying that it was not, and I also kept on telling myself, oh, what are you talking about, Big OT? It's definitely going to have flashing sign markers. You know how the FAA works nowadays. Gotta protect them damn birds. The damn stupid birds that like to stare at a just a stationary light, and for some reason like to fly into it. Stupid ass bird. But I was very surprised at its night mode, and I was also very surprised that it had stationary markers. Now that I think about it, I think I know the reason why. We have an airport like all the way at the end of Rolla. If you go down to I-44, past the Highway Patrol Tower and all that crap, you'll find it. Just search up Rolla Airport. It's small, but it did cause some stuff. That airport is responsible for the Walmart Tower having a beacon in the first place, whatever the hell that thing is. So with its LED, it never had a malfunction ever since. Ever since it got its LED. So yeah, the the anniversary of it getting an LED is coming very soon. I'm pretty sure it got it in August 27th, 28th, those 2 days. All right, moving on. Next up, we got the second to last one in the video. Yes, every single tower here that has ever had a strobe and Rolla are all located on I-44. Look, I-44. So this tower here is not far away from any of the other towers we just looked at. Well, actually, they're not far away from the two Lowe's towers. They're very, very nearby. So this tower is the last tower in Rolla that has an FH324. As you know, we used to have 3, but now we have 1. I already told you half the story, but I'm going to tell you the other half once we reach the end of the video. So this here's another tower that has yet to get an LED. Thank God. So it still has its FH324, and I've been filming it. I filmed it at day and night, so yeah, we're safe with that stuff. I even filmed it in backup night mode. So I believe this tower was built in the 2000s. I'm not exactly sure what year it was built, but I'm pretty sure it was built in the 2000s. Alright, so its night mode obviously has the good 20 flash per minute night mode, since it has an FH324, and the FH324 doesn't have any other red night modes other than the one that is well known and well known and loved. When it comes to malfunctions, this doesn't count as a malfunction, but I'm still going to add it as like a little bit of an honorable mention. Oh yeah, speaking of backup night, Jesus Christ, the second Lowe's Tower refused to ever go into backup night mode. Like, holy crap. It malfunctioned here and there, but yet it never went to backup night mode. It was stuck in day mode, and it never went into backup night mode. Why did you eat the beef? So this tower has been in backup night mode a total of 4 times. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 4 times. The first time was a long time ago, like early 2010s. Me and my dad were driving down a hill. We're driving down the Ohio way where 72 is, and and a gas station and stuff. You can see the tower all the way in the distance, and I seen it, and it was flashing white. I was like, "Holy crap! That tower's flashing white. Did they replace the beacon with a white beacon?" And then the next night, I found out that it didn't, and I was actually kind of disappointed because I actually wanted something new. The next time is probably the only time that I really can't remember. I can't remember the second time it went to backup night mode, but I do know that it did go into backup night mode a second time. The third time it went into backup night mode, I filmed it. That was the first time I ever filmed that was the first time I ever filmed its backup night mode. I filmed it all the way back in May 2020. And then the fourth time I ever went to backup night mode, I filmed it again. And this here is probably the most interesting time too. I was at my friend's house. We're just hanging out for his birthday and stuff. And I was outside, and it was obviously dark. I was looking at the two Lowe's towers since you're able to see those two towers from his house. And then I look over and I saw this tower on night mode. It was in its normal FH324 night mode. I recognized it because of the flash rate. I was like, there's no other tower in that area that has that flash rate that I can see of in the trees and stuff. So obviously I already known it was this tower. And then me and my friend decided to walk over to a nearby creek, yeah, just a nearby creek, and I saw the tower again, and guess what? Backup night mode. Yeah, for some reason it went into backup night mode, even though it was in its normal night mode. Don't know what happened there. It was just so random. And that was the last time I ever filmed it. Will I ever film a backup night mode from this tower again? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure. As of now, the beacon is showing no signs of malfunctioning, so there's no reason for it to get an LED anytime soon, unless the tower owner just wants to save money. Because when one of the towers here with a strobe gets an LED, usually the reason why is because the beacon was malfunctioning. This one only went to backup night mode 4 times, and the fourth time was a long time ago, like January 2021, I believe. So yeah, it's working fine now. But if it gets an LED, I don't really know why I would want it to have. I did have a dream where it did get an LED, but instead of it getting one LED, it got two LEDs on the top, and I thought that was pretty cool. But now that I think about it, I don't think that would be really. I mean, it would be cool to you guys, but to me, it would just be a little different, and I wouldn't want that to really happen now. I don't know. It's just weird. Can't explain it. If it gets an LED, then hopefully it gets something special. I don't know. It's just something for variety. No flashing sign markers, though. No, no. I will not allow those. I don't want flashing sign markers on any tower really, except for when it's really really cool. I have no idea when this tower's going in. I don't know when this tower's going to get an LED. If I'm going to make a guess, I bet it might be. I don't know. I'm just going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say it's either going to be the end of this year or the beginning of next year. All right, the very very last tower in Rolla that has had a strobe, that has or had a strobe. This here is the third tower in Rolla that had an FH 324. Just take a look. Here you can't see. There you can see it now. This here is the last cell tower in Rolla. Doesn't look that cool, to be honest. It's kind of bland, but it's fine at least. At least it's having beacon problems currently, so that makes it cooler. This here was the second tower of all 6 towers getting LED. Alright, back to the strobe. So, its day mode was good, its night mode was good, just it was basic and crap, you know. No malfunctions whatsoever. Out of all 6 towers and malfunctions, this here is a 10 out of 10 because it never malfunctioned whatsoever. No malfunction, at all. It did not do any of that when it had its strobe. So really, I guess the reason why it got an LED in the first place is because the tower owner wanted it. So yeah, just like I want the LED. I want the LED now. I remember when I found out that I got an LED. My dad was going to work. He works down there at St. James, and he has to wake up early. So he woke me up early to drop me off at my grandma's house. So yeah, it was still a little late, but a lot of towers in Rolla were already in day mode. This here was one of them. I expected. I mean, I was talking to my dad I was like, oh, hopefully that one tower is still in night mode. And then guess what? Got up that hill and she's like, oh crap, it has an LED now. Holy crap! I did not expect. And to be honest, I completely forgot what year that was. I believe it might have been 2018, but for some reason my mind keeps on telling me it was 2017. Either one of those years, it got an LED. So the LED it has, it's not. I don't think it's an FTS 370. It doesn't look like one. I'm pretty sure it's a dialight or something. I believe. I have no idea. I kind of have an idea of what it is. I had to find a picture of the LED. So yeah, when it comes to the LED replacement, I give it like a 9 out of 10. Has a It doesn't have any bad night mode. It has the 30 flash per minute night mode, which is not my favorite night mode, but it's better than the Etris 370's 20 flash per minute night mode, the bad one. So yeah, and it also has stationary sign markers. It's very basic and nothing original. So yeah, just I had to dock it a point because of that. So the strobe, as I know, the strobe never malfunctioned whatsoever. All the times I've seen it, at least. It might have when I didn't see it, but I don't know. So yeah, there's not a single day where I've ever seen the strobe not work and stuff. I've never seen it in backup night mode. This here was another tower that refused to go into backup night mode. Yeah, it just never had a malfunction. Just nothing. No malfunction. No other things are not malfunctions like the backup night. But ever since it got its LED, things have changed. There's one day where the markers weren't working, though that was just a one day only thing. And now the beacon is not even flashing white at day. It's mainly just flashing red now. Though right before it actually starts flashing red for the entire night, its day mode actually pops on and flashes a few times in day mode. It's so weird, and it goes into night mode. I have no idea. I don't know. It's a little hard to explain, but it's weird. It just sits there, not doing anything, and then the last few minutes of its day mode, it just pops into day mode and starts flashing for a little bit in day mode, and then it just goes into night mode. It's so weird. It's been doing that for the past few months, and it has not been fixed. Come on, can you please fix it? I actually kind of do miss its day mode. Alright, so there's the video. That's oh, I also forgot to mention this tower I believe was also built in the 2000s. The truss looks pretty new, so I believe it might be a 2000s tower. I can tell you that the tower was around in 2007. So it was a 2000. I mean, it's a 2000s tower. Let's find out when it got its LED. 2017 Street View. Still has strobe. July 2018. Yep, it was probably 2019. It must be 2019 now that I think about it. Look at that damn LED. Damn LED is not even working in day mode anymore. Come on, man. Alright, so that's the end of the video. This video is probably not going to be uploaded until I can't say tomorrow because it is tomorrow now, since it's past midnight. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay now. I'm tired and stuff. I wanted this video to be short, but it's like almost 40 minutes long and crap. So yeah, just whatever. Just I'm going to upload this in the morning or sometimes there. All right, see ya.